We've got over 500 vehicle tests on this channel, and almost all of them have headlight tests, so if you want to see how the lights on your vehicle work, this is the right place to be. Toyota sent us a Crown to drive. This replaces the Avalon model. We did a full 1-week road test on this already with the real world fuel economy numbers, but here we're just doing a night drive and headlight test. Got 4 bulbs in the front on each side. If you want to see the full test, we'll have a link for that at the end of this video. Alright, it's dark enough. Let's check out these headlights and do some night driving. And on the low beam setting, we have 3 bulbs on each side at the moment. Flip it on high, now we have 4 on each side for a total of 8. And here's what the taillights look like. Thin and long. And the emergency lights. Not very big. Seem bright enough. Well, they do reach out to the stop sign down the road. Blinkers on the outside mirrors. And the front. Alright, with the headlights off, now we have some definite illumination here. Very bright. I don't know if you can see it, but it's enough to light up the ball around 80 yards away. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera. And the rear. The cabin lights are adequate, but not very bright. I would expect a bit more illumination for a top-end car, but they're adequate enough. And here's what the camera system looks like when you put the transmission in reverse. Modern gauge cluster. Alright, now for the headlights. We're on a wall 33 yards away. Very bright and wide, but not very tall in height. A lot less than I was expecting. Let's go to high beam. Strong in the middle. Now let's take it out a bit further, about 50 yards. A good wide spread, but again, very little height. Usually we can light up the whole side of a building, but even though the items are in the way, still not reaching, going over the top. Let's try the back of this warehouse. Again, very bright, but not very high. But how high do you need to go, really? We're looking for other vehicles, not helicopters. Alright, one last headlight test, and I see the low beams reaching out about 50 yards on the left and about 70 on the right. Go to high beam on a wall, it's around 140 yards away. Well, again, not very high, but it does reach. So there is a distance involved here, and it's pretty good. If you watch my videos, I do not like auto-dimming mirrors, although I give them a pass if they have a disconnect switch, because in heavy city driving, it is not a good idea to be driving blacked out mirrors. That's how you get accidents. But apparently there's no disconnect on this mirror system, and I can't find anything in the infotainment system. You can disconnect it by putting a piece of tape over the sensor hole, or reduce its effectiveness by using some clear tape. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck. You do have options. I did notice that when the vehicle enters mild dips, the headlights have a way of disappearing in the hole. We're talking around 20 yards here. So I prefer to keep my brights on. Now there is a button that allows for automatic headlight function. That will do the high beams and low beams for you. I'll try that for a while, although I usually don't use that. The button is right down here. Alright, time for our dingy dark street test. The boogeyman might be out here. Let's see. This is a full block. I can see about halfway. High beam. Just barely down the street. Now let's get on the freeway and light up some road signs. Starting with this one. Low beam. High beam. Ooh, really reaching out. Of course, we're on level ground and the signs aren't that high. I see we have construction signs coming up. So let's light them up. And more road signs to light up. Piss off oncoming traffic, I guess. Well, apparently not. They're not complaining. Well, it's getting ready to rain, so we're going to wrap up this test. And these are pretty decent headlights. Not the best I've ever seen, but they'll certainly do. That includes our night drive. That concludes our night drive. You want to see the full road test and get the real-world fuel economy numbers that other YouTube testers don't show you, click and watch. We've got over 500 vehicle tests on this channel, and almost all of them have headlight tests. So if you want to see how the lights on your vehicle work, this is the right place to be.